Hi everyone, I'm Dina and I'm a fourth year student in communications and criminology. So I'm doing a double major in both. And then for my first phone, I had an iPhone 4. I actually have it with me right now because our family also is the type of family that keep all of our previous devices. I have my iPad mini downstairs that I think I used in maybe grade 7. So here is my old phone. It was the iPhone 4. So this is the back, this is the front. You can see it doesn't have the touch function here, and it still has that small screen instead of having the whole phone be the screen. And you can kind of see how old it is now because it's kind of coming off on the side there. So that's kind of interesting. I also wanted to show my old iPod Touch. This is what I had before I got my phone. And you can see how old this is because this used to be a full case and now you can only see this middle part, and even that's coming off on the sides here. But I just thought that was interesting. I did want to charge both of these to see if I could see what used to be on them because they haven't been on in a really long time. But I don't have either of these chargers anymore because the new phones have different ones. So maybe I'll look into that at some point because I am curious about it, but today is not that day. I also wanted to show my parents' old phones because I thought that was interesting. This is my dad's. It would open up, you could call, and then this is my mom's. And the way that would open is it would slide up. So you could call down here and you could take pictures back here. And since I do like taking pictures on my phone a lot, I thought it would be interesting to talk about that for a second. This old phone has a 2 megapixel camera. My old iPhone 4 had a 5 megapixel camera. And I searched it up, and the current iPhone 16s, which are the most recent ones that came out, have 48 megapixels. So that kind of shows like the large difference in camera quality and photo taking quality that has changed throughout the years in the phones. So I got my iPhone 4 in 6th grade. My parents wanted me to have a phone so that I could call them while walking to and from school. So it was more of a safety function. And I don't think I had data on it for a while. What was most important to them was just having that calling function, just in case I needed them while I was walking to or from school. So in reading Reingold's paper, I did make some connections to it. The first one is in the participation aspect of it. The main reason I wanted a phone, I know why my parents wanted a phone and it was for safety, but I wanted a phone because everyone was getting phones and I wanted to participate in that environment. And the same thing happened when I got my phone. I wanted to participate in social media and have iMessage and be able to talk to my friends. And then the other one was the network connection. And in that one, there were different people that could now be part of my network, which couldn't be before. So I remember my parents made a rule about social media because they finally agreed to letting me have it after I begged them, where I could only allow people to follow me and only follow people who I knew personally. So that was kind of part of like their way of controlling my network and who was in it. And then the third one was critical consumption. Since it's so difficult to understand and know who you can trust and what you can trust on social media, you had to be really careful, especially when I first got my first phone. I remember there was this big thing going around. I don't know if you guys remember the chainmail messages, but that was a big thing in my school. So basically you would get this long message, and it could be like a text message or an Instagram direct message or anything like that. And they would say, like the storyline, and you have to send it to 20 of your followers or 20 people in your contact list by tonight, or all these bad things are gonna happen. And so little me, I couldn't figure out if I could trust that or not. And that just shows how important it is to be a critical consumer and understand what you can and can't trust on social media, because I definitely had to learn that. And so that's kind of a little bit of a story about my first phone and all my first devices. Yeah, thank you.